I'm doing everything within my power by executive orders to bring down the price and address the Putin price hike. In fact, we've already made progress since March inflation data was collected. Your family budget, your ability to fill up your tank, none of it should hinge on whether a dictator declares war and commits genocide in half a world away.
I think, as President Biden highlighted, there are official processes around determinations of genocide, but I think it's absolutely right that more and more people be talking and using the word genocide in terms of what Russia is doing, what Vladimir Putin has done. The use of targeted attacks against civilians, against hospitals, against maternity wards, against train stations filled with people fleeing, the deliberate use of sexual violence against the Ukrainian population as a way of creating horrific scenes, the way that they're attacking Ukrainian identity and culture. These are all things that are war crimes that Putin is responsible for. These are all things that are crimes against humanity, and that's why Canada was one of the first countries to move forward at the International Criminal Court to hold Vladimir Putin and his cronies responsible for what's going on in the illegal invasion of Ukraine.
President Zelensky says point blank, it's genocide. Do you agree?
It is hard to deny this. Of course, this is a crime which fulfills the features of a genocide, especially if you look at the context of different conversations that are being conducted. We hear about the Nazification of Ukraine. It is nonsense. It is rubbish. It is an obvious black Russian propaganda. This is just looking for a false pretext in order to carry out a massacre, in order to kill people. And the fact that civilian inhabitants of Ukraine are being killed shows best what the goal of Russian invasion is. The goal of that invasion is simply to extinguish the Ukrainian nation.
Richard, I think we all have to call things by its name. And what's happening in Ukraine is a genocide. This brutal genocide has to come to an end. And I think we all have to raise our voice, denounce, and maybe decide on all the possible sanctions, because this is insane.